Welcome back to Wake Up York. All right, now going over to sports. So there are reports that Kemba Walker may be going to the NBA. How do you think he'll fare up in there?
I think he's going to be a very good NBA pro. Right now, they have him in the top 10 going in the first round.
Right.
Guy is 6'1", very good point guard. You want to talk about a great career? You talk about Kemba Walker. Stayed until his junior year. He's got great experience, and he's learned under Jim Calhoun, the head coach at UConn. He's learned a lot there, and staying 3 years as opposed to the one-and-done players, he's got a lot more experience, and the guy is coming off a national championship win. He was voted the most outstanding player of the tournament. I think the guy is going to have a long and very productive career.
All right, well, the NHL playoffs are starting to move away from college basketball because that's already over. March Madness is over. It's time for the NHL. I'm excited for hockey. You know, my Flyers aren't doing so well, but who do you think's going to go?
I think out of the Eastern Conference, it's going to be the Boston Bruins. I think they had a very, very bad playoff run last year. You remember they were up 3-0 on the Flyers,
right,
and the Flyers ended up coming back and winning. I think they'll take advantage of this year. They learned from last year, and I think they're going to make the most of the experience. Like baseball, it's all about pitching. In NHL, it's all about the goaltender. They have the best goaltender in Tim Thomas. Goals against average is 2. He has the best save percentage with 94%. It's all about defense, and they have that with Zdeno Chara and a great goalie. But ultimately, I have the Vancouver Canucks out of the Western Conference winning the Stanley Cup. I think that they have the best team on paper. You look at it, they have 2 of the top 5 scorers in Hendrik Sedin and Daniel Sedin, and one of the best goalies, arguably the best goalie, in Roberto Luongo. They've already won the President's Trophy, which is the best record in the NHL. I think they're the best team in the NHL, and ultimately I feel that they're going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
I like the Canucks too. They're a pretty hot team. I mean, they might win the President's Cup. But to move to the NFL. All right, the Carolina Panthers have the #1 pick in this just upcoming draft. All right, if you're the Panthers GM, who are you going to go for right now?
Let's just hope we get an NFL, okay? Let's hope that the lockout, that gets all taken care of, and we actually have football. But if I'm the GM for the Carolina Panthers, I have to search and find out if Jimmy Clausen is my quarterback for the future. Now, if he isn't, then you got to look at Cam Newton. Guy had a great season, maybe one of the best seasons ever by a college athlete. I mean, he won the Heisman Trophy award. He won the national championship at Auburn. He's a great quarterback, great athleticism, and the guy has a huge arm. He is unbelievable talent.
He's accurate too.
He's a very accurate quarterback, and he's a big and mobile guy. But if Jimmy Clausen is your guy at quarterback, you take Patrick Peterson, the cornerback out of LSU. The guy is amazing. When we look down and look at this draft for a few years from now, he will be the best player out of this draft. How many covered corners do you know that are just shutdown corners? Darrelle Revis, Asante Samuel. This guy is on that level. And in a passing league like the NFL is right now, you need a shutdown corner to win games. I would take Patrick Peterson if Jimmy Clausen is the answer at quarterback for the Carolina Panthers.
Peterson's going to have to gain a little muscle in the upper body, but he'll be okay with that. I'm sure he can put it on. All right, now baseball season, another thing about muscle, is underway. Are you surprised with the hot start of the Texas Rangers?
I am surprised. And they lost Vladimir Guerrero and Cliff Lee to free agency. But they also picked up Adrian Beltre. So Beltre, as you see here, hitting a solo shot the other night. He is a very good bat, and he is coming in basically taking Vladimir Guerrero's place. But it's the pitching that's getting it done for Texas without Cliff Lee. You look at guys like C.J. Wilson, who pitched well last year, but he's continued that success on this year. You got guys like Derek Holland and Alexia Gandu, who has come in for Cliff Lee in that 5 spot, and they've just played real well. Now, they got hurt with Josh Hamilton going down. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks. But when he returns, you have bats like Nelson Cruz, Ian Kinsler, Adrian Beltre, and Josh Hamilton, the reigning AL MVP. This team could be dangerous.
I like Cruz. I think he's a good choice. All right. Now, Chase Utley is still out there, another power hitter that we got to talk about in the 3-hole spot. We get J-Roll in there right now, but, there's no timetable on his return. I mean, they're saying possibly the All-Star break, but since he's not really been starting off the season, I mean, the Phillies have looked okay, but do you think this will continue to be good for the Phillies, or if Chase Utley's out, will they get to the World Series again?
I still have them as winning the World Series this year, even without Chase Utley. I mean, with Utley out, that doesn't hurt their pitching rotation. They still have the best rotation in the league. Holiday, Hamels, Lee, Oswalt. I mean, those four are just unbelievable. When you have pitching, like I said, how it is in hockey, it's all about goaltending. And in baseball, it's all about pitching. You look at the Giants last year, 3 great starters, and you had clutch hitting. It's all about clutch hitting. And I think they have clutch hitting. Ryan Howard, as you see here, is having a monster year. He was my pick for the NL MVP. I think he's going to pick up those RBIs that were lost with Jason Worth in the offseason and ultimately Chase Utley. So I think the Phillies will end up winning the World Series this season.
And I like Wilson Valdez. I mean, I like the guy. A lot of people, he's a little underrated as a player, but when you're watching him this season so far, he's been doing a heck of a job.
Plays great defense and hits for average. You can't ask for more.
And
no
he's
guy's
in the
gonna,
8-hole.
No guy's going to replace Chase Utley.
Yeah.
So yeah, Valdez is a very good replacement.
Yep.
For now. So.
Well, hopefully Jimmy Rollins does good in the 3-hole. Well, coming up after the break, Jennifer Buntmeyer will give you your weather update. So stay tuned. You're watching Wake Up York.